Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. In this game, we'll see the Utah Jazz against the Los Angeles Lakers here on their home floor in LA. I'm Brian Anderson, joined by Hall of Famers Doris. You look at this on paper and it feels like one-way traffic, Doris. Could this be a trap game?
It sort of has that feeling, PA. A big underdog going against the big-time favorite. But here's why we play the game. Any given night in this league, anything can happen.
The starters for Utah. We've got Lauri Markkanen. Vyacheslav Mikhailuk is out there with George. Then it's Jusuf Nurkic, and it's Bailey. In at the three, the small forward, Doncic with the bucket.
Well, there's a mix of touch and power that Luka Doncic brings to the game. You can't take him lightly when he touches the paint.
George passes to Nurkic, and out of bounds. Los Angeles will have it. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Earlier, I spoke with the Lakers head coach. He told me when he was watching film of their opponent, what stood out was Lauri Markkanen's efficiency. Coach said Markkanen doesn't need high usage to be effective. He gets a lot of his points off of movement, and he brings versatility to this offense. Back over to you guys.
And Allie, thanks. Bailey's shot is off. And here's Doncic. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. It's Reeves with the drive. The shot is good. Doncic making the play.
And just a deceptively good athlete with impressive quickness. Reeves gets to the bucket in no time.
All right, guys, we're lucky to have Shams Charania joining us now. Our 2K insider calling in with a story. What do you got, Shams?
Well, the Lakers have been looking for a consistent presence at center. And in DeAndre Ayton, they've acquired a walking double-double and a capable lob threat to pair with Luka Doncic. Ayton has a lot to prove in LA, I'm told. But this pairing is certainly one to watch.
Quite a tandem. All right, Shams, thanks for the update. And that one's good. Markkanen.
Well, given Markkanen is 7 feet tall, feeding him on the interior is probably a good decision. That's a nice touch by the big man.
First quarter, just about 2 minutes in. Hachimura outside. Nails it from three.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
For Utah, they've gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. George finds Markkanen. Here's Bailey. Three-pointer. Gets rebounded by Los Angeles. They defeated Milwaukee in their last game.
And we all know that on the road, you don't usually look so comfortable on the offensive end. But that was the story of the game.
It came down to execution. No wasted possessions, and that is absolutely essential trying to win on the road.
Here's Nurkic. And Nurkic throws it down.
That's just about size right there. Big Nurk, get up and get down.
Out of bounds. It'll be Utah's ball. We are now into November, so let's check in on the standings in the Western Conference. Taking a look at the Lakers. Early on, they've got the third best record. And, of course, there's Utah. They're 10th overall in the conference.
When I look at the Lakers, I think we all knew they were going to be a dangerous team, but to their credit, they have lived up to those expectations. They're just not a team you want to face right now.
Yeah, and there really hasn't been any feeling out process for them at the start of the season. They were in peak form immediately.
And so Will Hardy calls a timeout. He's going to take a moment to give them a breather and talk things over. Jazz trail by 5. George outside. Markkanen outside. Takes the three. And Reeves pulls it down. And Reeves has got the ball here for the Lakers. This game against Utah, the first time they've met this year.
And despite the difference in talent level, these teams were fairly evenly matched last year.
Markkanen outside. It's good. Set up beautifully by George. George has got 3 assists now in this one. James deciding where to go with it. On the wing, Reeves. Ayton with a screen. Reeves, the pass to Ayton. And he banks in the layup.
This run has been fueled by their Matador defense.
Jazz trail by 7. George outside. Markkanen outside. Pass to George. The three. Markkanen misses. Now Los Angeles with it. 15-6 run. Grant, LeBron has had so much recognition over the years, but truly, he might not get enough credit for what he's meant to the NBA.
Yeah, you might be right, B.A. Truly a global ambassador for the game of basketball. He set the standard for what a superstar can be, really, in any sport.
To the left wing. Pass to Mikhailuk. Oh! Wow! And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Yeah, this is why people like to play with Mr. Markkanen. This guy is a solid passer out of that forward spot.
And the Lakers will go for a different look here. Hayes is checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Vanderbilt comes in for Hachimura. LaRavia is checked in for LeBron. And it's Marcus Smart in for Reeves. Then for Utah, Filipowski, he's checked in for Bailey. And it's Collier in for Mikhailuk. And book it for Vanderbilt.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
Jazz trail by 9. George outside.
The pass, the catch, the slam. What a clean play.
Man, absolutely jaw-dropping. And it's Doncic on the drive. It's good. Doncic just got his second bucket of the night.
Their defense just falls apart once the ball goes inside.
Pass to Collier. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist. George has got 5 assists tonight.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Smart passes to LaRavia. Sinks it from distance.
You can't help but look toward their defense. They're totally lost.
2-second difference between shot and game clock. Markkanen looking it over. Shot clock at 6. Pulls it from 20. That shot is off. And so it's Los Angeles, ending the quarter up 10. Great shot selection right now, keeping the game simple and get it. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. Taking a look at the Lakers' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
Well, their offense is clicking so far, capturing the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
Austin Reeves out there with Marcus Smart. Then there's Jared Vanderbilt. Then it's Jake LaRavia. And it's Hayes in at the center position. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Utah moving the ball around. And Hendricks gets it to go. Hendricks has gotten his first basket of the night.
Once he saw the smaller defender guarding him, he took it right to the rack.
And on lottery night, the Utah Jazz sliding back to the 5th pick, Doris.
BA, I know for the fan base, obviously that's disappointing. Everybody wants the top pick, or they're hoping for at least a top 3 pick. But here's the key for the Utah Jazz. They have put in place an organization of leadership that will make good decisions over a span of time. This isn't a one draft wonder. This is about building out over time and getting a sustainable roster. I'll tell you have to appreciate the confidence of Marcus Smart. At point-blank range, he is an efficient scorer.
And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. He's checked in for the Lakers. Smith comes in for LaRavia. And so many games come down to what you do at the line. Here are the shooting guards you'd want there this year. Marcus Smart, 3rd.
And 2 guard is a position where you'll find a number of great free throw shooters. These guys are the best of the best.
You know, that's a very steady bunch at the line, no doubt about that. In any kind of clutch situation, if it's one of those players shooting the big free throw, you can be sure he's going to come through.
Up again. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And talk about imposing your will. That's 10 straight points in the paint.
Pass to Hayes. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, Brian. The Utah Jazz are going young, but this is a franchise that has a winning history, and that culture is still around. Coach Will Hardy said, the messaging doesn't change. The players have bought into the little things that it takes to win. This is a cohesive group that's committed to helping each other. Back to you.
Building the right way. Thanks a lot, Allie. Jazz trail by 15. Inside, here's Filipowski, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
Utah's gone 0 for 3 from deep to begin the second, and now about a third of the way into the season. You think it's too early to talk about awards, Grant?
You know, B.A., it depends on the award, if I'm being honest. MVP and Rookie of the Year, that's way too early. You can begin to see the guys who are in the running for Most Improved or Sixth Man.
Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Utah. Pass to Collier. Right wing. Just 5 on the clock. The 15-footer. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Well, this guy typically a nice touch from mid-range, but obviously can't make them all.
Now Hayes, defended by Nurkic. And here's Smart. Ooh, nice. Smart slipping inside.
They've now had assists on each of their last 3 buckets.
Jazz trail by 15. Pass to Mikhailuk. To the middle. And Nurkic throws it down.
Boy, something so good about a perfectly placed lead pass. That is nice.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. DeAndre Ayton, he's checked in for Hayes. Hachimura comes in for Kleba. LeBron, he's checked in for Reeves. And Doncic has subbed in for Smith. And a switch here also for Utah. George, he's checked in for Collier. And he lobs it up to the rim. Ayton, no good.
And the idea was good, but the execution severely lacking.
Just a missed connection, and it happens. I'm sure they will go back to it if given the opportunity.
George for 3. It's rebounded by Los Angeles.
Boy, normally he makes that. Defense gets lucky there.
And the more experience George gets, the more confident he looks.
Well, Keontae George is an excellent athlete. He's got positional size to play the lead guard, but he's got to...
Oh, wow! Set him up and let LeBron finish.
Amazing. Even a little bit off target, LeBron knows how to finish the alley-oop.
There's a minute 12 left in the first half of this one. Here's Mikhailuk, and he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. They'll pin that one on Marcus Smart.
Knew exactly where his teammate would be. That's a product of good chemistry.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. James inside. Give him 8. Rebounded by Nurkic. Jazz trail by 13. George passes to Nurkic. George outside. The 3 is up. And Ayton pulls it down. Los Angeles has gone 3 of 6 from deep so far. Doncic outside. No good with the triple. The Jazz have gotten 5 of their first 11 shots to fall here in the second quarter. 6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Nurkic. Stolen by Ayton. Smart outside. Down low. And there's Ayton on the assist from Smart. Smart has got his 3rd assist of the night.
Great timing and coordination. Lays it in coming off that pick.
And so we've reached the end of the first half of play. Lakers ahead, up by 15. And join us right back here after the break for the start.